Alright everyone, yes we are. What's up guys, your boy McKinley Crain here, and today I'm going to be doing my spoiler-free movie review of the 2022 Daily Wire original Western film, Terror on the Prairie. Now, let's get into it. And guys, before I start this review, I would just like to tell you guys that I graduated from high school earlier today. I know that's kind of irrelevant to the video, but, it's something big that happened in my life, and, graduating high school and being completely done with. Okay, I don't know if this is what you call it. I think this is what you call, like, kindergarten through 12th grade. Compository school. Okay, I think compository is the word used to describe those years. I think so, I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad to be out of high school. And, it's a big milestone. I've got big things happening in my life in the future. I've got big plans, and I'm just so very glad to just have gotten rid of all that stress, all the stress that is high school. It's just all gone now. It's just such a relief. It's not an indescribable feeling, but it's kind of close to it. Anyway, moving on to what you guys clicked on this video for, the Terror on the Prairie review. All right, so this is I believe this. Okay, we got Run, Hide, Fight, Shut In, Hyperion's What is a Woman. This is the 5th original movie from Daily Wire, and it's the 4th original movie that's not like a documentary. And I've seen all the Daily Wire movies. I haven't reviewed all of them. I've reviewed most of them though. One of them I cannot review on YouTube for obvious reasons. It would I feel like the review would trigger very many people, like a lot of people. The film I'm talking about is What is a Woman. I've seen it. I have my thoughts on it, but I can't. As of now, I don't think I could post a review of it on YouTube. Maybe I can post my review of it on Twitter. Actually, that's probably an even worse idea. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm going to post my review for that movie, just as of now, not on YouTube, because I feel like if I were to post a review of What is a Woman, I would lose at least half my subscribers. And I really don't feel like pissing people off on YouTube. I don't care if I do it on Twitter, because it's Twitter. Twitter's made for pissing people off. Anyway, but I'm not reviewing What is a Woman today. I'm reviewing Terror on the Prairie. And even though this film is made by the Daily Wire, you don't have to be a lover of the Daily Wire, in my opinion, to like this movie. You can be probably the most liberal person ever and still have fun watching this movie. This isn't really a political movie at all. And most of the Daily Wire original movies haven't been political movies, except for one. that was like a documentary. Um. Anyway, I was just pointing that out for those of you who were wondering about that information, who were wondering should I watch this or not. I was just giving you guys the information you probably I I was giving some of you guys the information that you needed. Some of you, I bet, have already seen it or are already planning on watching it. But I'll bet that's like a few of you probably are debating about whether you should watch it, and are probably wondering that information. I don't know. I'm not in your heads, but anyway, my point is anybody can like this movie. Um. Anyway, so I'm gonna move on to the story. So the story of this movie is all right. So this movie takes place in Montana. There's this family in like I believe this movie takes place in the late 19th century. They're uh, they're stuck on a plot of land that they bought, and the mom, who's played by Gina Carano, wants to get out. She wants to just move and leave that plot of land because they weren't having success with it. It was cold. It was hard to find food. There weren't very many stores, like old timey stores, that sold the stuff that they needed around their plot of land. And you know, basically, she convinces her husband to go into town and look for another job. And so he does. And while he's gone, and this isn't a spoiler, this is just the basic plot. Um, Basically, a group of outlaws come and attack attack this woman who's played by Gina Carano and her family. Because of certain reasons that I can't get into. And this woman, played by Gina Carano, must protect her family as well as herself and as well as her household. And this is a pretty good movie. I had fun with it. Um, it kind of just the way it was edited kind of reminded me of the movie The Northman, and that's a good thing. Like the way it was edited and kind of executed. And so it reminded somebody else of The Northman too, which I thought was pretty cool. Um, I uh, I was very impressed with this movie. This movie obviously doesn't have the highest budget, but it doesn't need to have the highest budget, and it works with what it has, and it never feels cheap. And the cinematography is awesome. The gunfighting sequences are very impressive. I was very impressed with not only the cinematography in the gunfighting, the gun shootout scenes, but also I was just also impressed with just how they were executed and how realistic they were. I don't know for sure if the actors and actresses in this movie were actually just like shooting blanks or something, but or actually just shooting a gun or something. But damn well could have fooled me because it sure looks like it. And I guess that kind of makes this movie an action movie overall, although it's very heavily leaning on like being a drama. I was very impressed with the action scenes, and I was also very impressed with the acting. The acting was very, 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 very good, especially from the main villain as well as the main character, who's played by Gina Carano. And I'm really happy for Gina Carano. She did not deserve to be canceled at all, in my opinion. What happened to her was ridiculous. And no matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, most of you agree that it was ridiculous. Even, I've heard a lot of people who are even on like the opposite side of Gina Carano's political spectrum defend her and say that it was ridiculous that she got fired. And even if, honestly, I'm just going to assume that most of you watching agree with me. Even those of you who don't share the same political ideology as Gina Carano does. Gina Carano does. I'm sure most of you agree with me. And I'm really glad that Gina Carano didn't let the whole incident cancel her and just get rid of her career, because she's a great actress, and I loved her in The Mandalorian, and I love her in this movie. She's a fighter. And I hope she stars in future movies. Anyway, this movie also has some pretty settings, like in some beautifully shot, scenes, like especially when like characters are just kind of just standing like out in the middle of the fields. It looks really good. And this movie is, I'm going to point out, it's not for immature audiences. It's for mature audiences only. It's a very gritty movie that's not afraid to go places that aren't exactly the most family friendly. There are some disturbing and unsettling scenes in this movie, but they actually benefit this movie. I know that a lot of you, I'm gonna warn some of you. Some of you can't handle, maybe might not be able to handle like a scene that happens towards the end that kinda has to deal with a very heavy topic that's also a very disturbing topic. Okay, I'm not going to really get into that because I don't want to get age restricted or trigger people, but, you have been warned. This movie, it feels real. Like, the characters feel like real people. And they act like real people, and they interact with each other like real people. And this was a very thrilling movie. It was never boring. I was very gripped, very drawn in, and overall very impressed with just everything in the movie. The pacing is spectacular. There's nothing wrong with this movie. Is this movie perfect? No, but it is great. And it is worth seeing, and I love it. And if you're a Western fan, you're going to love this movie, most likely. And if you're just a fan of thrillers, you're probably going to love this movie. This movie isn't for everybody, but, it's for a lot of people. And I love it, and I think it's a fantastic film with a fantastic ending, with great writing. It has great writing, and it doesn't really feel forced at all. And sometimes it subverts your expectations. Like you'll think that one thing is gonna happen, and then the movie just kind of gives the audience the middle finger and says, "Nope, what you thought was gonna happen is not gonna happen, and the opposite's gonna happen." And I love it most of the time when movies do that. I know a lot of people hate it when like a movie gives the audience the middle finger, but I honestly most of the time kind of like it. I see it as a very bold move and a very like I see it as like a movie trying to push a message that's not afraid to not play safe with its story. So anyway, I really liked that, and I uh, I love I just love everything about this movie. I strongly recommend it. Um, it's the best like movie that Daily Wire has put out, meaning non-documentary, so far, and it's highly entertaining. I would definitely recommend it, and most people seem to like it. Both the audience and the critics seem to like it. Anyway, I'm gonna give this movie a 91% out of 100%, which is the equivalent of an A. Like, subscribe, join the notification squad. I will return.